presented by First Merchants Bank. First Merchants Bank, helping you prosper. Get ready to learn more about the Columbus Blue Jackets players and coaches, as well as find out what's going on this week in the NHL. Now let's join Bob McElligott for the Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank.
Well, training camp is almost here. We're looking at about a week before the Blue Jackets are going to really get to it, and I want to get right to it at the start of tonight's show. Welcome to the Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank. I'm Bob McElligott, and I've got Blue Jackets captain Boone Jenner sitting here with me. So, Boone, this has been a busy week for you. I mean, it was 6 days ago you were, quote-unquote, throwing out a first pitch at Huntington Park for the Blue Jackets. Had the Foundation Golf Tournament the very next day, so there's been a lot of off-the-ice stuff going on. I want to ask you about that pitch. Now, you shot the ball off the top of the mound. It went a little bit high on you. Now, I understand that you were doing a lot of practicing, and everything was great and dead on until it was actually time to do it. Is that right?
Yes, that sounds about right. I've done a couple of pitches in the past at the Cleveland Guardians games, and thought about it then, but did the normal pitch. So when I had this chance, I'm like, yeah, let's try it out. It is Jackets night at the Clippers game, so I shoot pucks. I don't throw baseballs. So I tried it, and I felt pretty good. I did, 2 or 3 practice ones, and I felt pretty good with it. So when it was time to get up there, I was like, well, I probably feel comfortable enough to put a little heat on it. Put a little more steam than I expected, try to sling it in there a bit. But it is kind of tough with the ball on the mound. There's not much space, and got right under it, and I think I sailed it 2 or 3 feet over his head. But it was all good.
No, it is all good, and it was all fun. The guy that was catching that pitch was Travis Bazzana, who's the top prospect in the Cleveland Guardians organization. Actually, he won that game with a walk-off later that night, as a matter of fact. Did you have any time at all to interact with any of the players? I know it was kind of quick before game time that they're getting prepared for a game, and you guys come over just before the first pitch.
Yeah, not too much. Got to see them warm up a little bit, meet a couple of their guys. But they were kind of getting ready for the game, and I was practicing the pitch. But no, obviously, watching that game, and I know he's quite the player, so watching him quite a bit, and I know since then he's been on a bit of a run, so hopefully when I shook his hand, he gives me some of that luck too, heading into this training camp and this season. So, no, it was great. That's such a nice ballpark to watch a game at, and enjoyed it, so, happy for him.
Actually, I saw where some of their guys came over while you guys were practicing on the ice in the morning, and they got a chance to go and do some of the fan interactive stuff, which is nice, and especially for a AAA player, because they're in a town where there is a major league franchise, and they got a little bit of a chance to interact, and heck, they're right across the street, so that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I was out on the ice when they came by, and I was hoping they'd come out and put on the skates and try a couple shots, but weren't able to do that. But obviously they're always more than welcome to come try it out. But yeah, we're right beside each other, and now having the crew down here, it's a good little setup with all 3 stadiums down here. So it makes it fun.
How much do you enjoy that? I mean, you've been here now for a long time, and you spend a lot of time in this city, so you get a chance to go do some of those extracurriculars outside of your job there, whether it be Ohio State, something at Ohio State, football or any sport there, or the baseball or the soccer. How much, for a guy that comes from Ontario to be here in this atmosphere and have all these things around, how nice is it?
Yeah, it's really cool. And the setup, like I said, with all 3 stadiums right here, a few years back, I was able to live downtown here, and could walk to Nationwide, walk to Huntington Park, or Lower.com Field now. So it's super cool, and coming to Columbus, didn't know much about any of those teams. So to be a fan of all of them now, know players on each team, and get to go and enjoy their games, and we've then batting practice, obviously now the first pitch of the Clippers, and been to crew games, got the walkthrough of, their locker rooms, and same thing at OSU. It's just really cool that all the sports teams can be connected like that. And like I said, now for me being a fan of all the teams here in Columbus. It's pretty cool from where I started, not knowing anything about them.
And as I mentioned, after the ball game, it was the Foundation golf outing, Blue Jackets Foundation golf outing on Friday. What is that event like for you? I mean, it's great to get an opportunity to play golf at Double Eagle. It's a fantastic course, and if you like golf, heck, even if you don't like golf, even if you're no good at golf like me, it's a great place to go and play, and it's fun. But the combination of that and getting to interact with the people and, you know, the fans, some of them are fans, their business partners, all of those things, you know, that's what is that like for you after all these years and being a guy that is of this community and deep into this community now?
It's a special event. I enjoy it every year and look forward to it. And I think we all do, not only for the golf, but having everybody in the community, like you said, come together for a very special cause. And it's one of the Foundation's biggest fundraisers of the year. And knowing and seeing as you go around the community of where the funds go to, and you know, all the sponsors and people that show up to the tournament, you know, fundraise a lot of money and support the foundation. And like I said, it goes to such a great cause. They do such a great job with it. And for us, it's a fun day on the course. We have a blast with it, and it was kind of a kickoff, you know, to the year in a way of you know, seeing everybody back in town, and you know, obviously you're on the golf course, but it's a good kickoff, and it's exciting, builds the excitement for the season. But you know, it's cool when you're, you know, part of the Blue Jackets. You really feel like part of the community, and when you go to events like that, it goes to show that, and people are so supportive that way. So it was a great time, great event, and I'm sure they raised a lot of money, as they always do, and we'll see that throughout the community. You
know, you just said something that makes me want to ask you this question. The date of that tournament, like when it actually takes place, is bounced around from year to year. Sometimes it's between the end of training camp and the start of the regular season. It has been that late. Having it before training camp starts, did you like that a lot better as a player? Because I know you're getting ready to go to work, but sometimes when you're in camp, I mean, you're really focused in. Was this a little bit easier because, as you said, you're just kind of getting the gang back together and you can have a good time and enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I've done it, like you said, multiple ways of before camp, after camp, during camp. Yeah, I think it was great this year. You know, the tough part is, you know, before camp, guys still have a few things as far as, you know, weddings or whatnot, where you're, you know, it's tough to get really everybody off the team there. But that's okay. I think, you know, once camp starts, I know myself a little bit and other guys, it's full hockey mode. So you're not quite so much, you know, looking forward to golfing as much as you are in the summer. But regardless of when it's been something we all look forward to, and myself included. It's such a great event that we can have a good time at. And, you know, obviously, like I said, knowing that this goes so far in our community, and everybody that shows up and sponsors it and you know, plays in it and supports the foundation. It's such a big fundraiser that we get to share that throughout the community and what they can do with that.
How many weeks has it been that you guys have been having your kind of unofficial practices where you're just getting together at the ice house and getting on the ice and, you know, unsupervised? I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's also, you know, serious, and as you're building up toward camp. How many weeks have you guys been doing that?
Yeah, it's been a few weeks now. You know, like you said, guys kind of trickle in at different times, and pretty much everyone's here now. So, you know, the last couple of weeks we've had, you know, half the guys and guys kind of trickle in, you know, a couple each and every day or week or whatever. But we've been going at it for a few weeks, and the skates are ramping up. And, you know, once this time hits, you just want to get going. And I think that's where we're at right now. Guys look great coming off the summer. You can tell, you know, everybody put in a lot of work, and it's exciting when you can get all back together after a few months at home or wherever you spend the summers, and get to see everybody catch up, but also knowing that the season's right around the corner. And you know, I think that's the point we're at now, is we just want camp to start and get rolling.
I think one of the most unique things, I'll put it that way, about those kind of skates is there will be players that play for other teams that come in and join those skates. Case in point, I've seen Jack Roslovic a lot because he's a Columbus guy, and even though he's no longer playing for the Blue Jackets and has moved on, he still participates in those skates, and that happens a lot. And I think it's kind of cool. Is it fun to skate with guys that are in other organizations because they're still your buddies?
Yeah, for sure. It's especially earlier on, I guess, like August or mid-August. Sean Corrali and Jack Roslovic and Gus Nyquist and guys that are here in Columbus during the summer are skating together. And, the guys that from our team that come back into town, well, we start skating together just to get some more numbers, get some more better skates in. And I think, as guys either go to their teams if they spend the summers here, or guys on our team that come in, just join the skate. And I think the more guys and the more competitive you can make it, the more ready you're going to be for camp. So it's great to skate with them as well.
Tonight here on the Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank, Captain Boone Jenner of the Blue Jackets is with me. We've got more coming your way next here on 97.1 The Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't forget the MVP of desserts, Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. This legendary treat just made its way to Ohio. Finally! We're talking rich devil's food cake, buttery cream bumps, and a fudge icing that is just unfair. They'd throw a flag on it if it was actually on the field. Bring one to your next tailgate, watch party, or even a team celebration, and you'll be the real hero. Available now at Kroger and Meijer, Sanders Bumpy Cake. It's game day greatness.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of our specialties here at Pella Wilson is getting rid of old, smaller windows with no view and replacing them with huge, beautiful windows that can change the look and feel of your home.
We tried that once, but we cut the hole a bit too big, so we had to put in a garage door instead in their dining room.
Wilson.
Didn't improve the view, but they do have a drive-through now, so you're welcome, Gruball family.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
How many different ways can you consume morning juice? Let's see. Live on YouTube, live on the Fans HD3, podcast on demand, and on 10 TV Plus. And we'll send Bobby right to your house.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
The Fan.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 9/30, no payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
First Merchants Bank has your best interest at heart. And by best interest, we mean more than just our competitive rates.
We mean flexible account options for your every need.
And mortgage experts like me to help you buy your dream home.
Don't forget our attentive commercial bankers here to help your business thrive.
At First Merchants,
we know.
Your best interest is a bank that's interested in your success. Learn more at firstmerchants.com/switch. First Merchants Bank, helping you prosper. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Chevrolet, proud sponsor of the Columbus Blue Jackets, offering a family of top-shelf SUVs, each one delivering a hat trick of comfort, convenience, and undeniable value. There's Chevy Trax, where desirable meets affordable with advanced safety and loads of tech. The versatile Trailblazer, get impressive capability to conquer the day. And the all-new 2025 Equinox, completely reimagined with dynamic style and practical dependability. Check them out at your Central Ohio Chevy dealers today.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my two best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keep making plans to learn more.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny skies, light winds, and a fantastic finish this Wednesday. Temperatures running in the upper 70s. Overnight down to the low to mid 50s after a comfortable start Thursday. A little warmer in the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine back in the low 80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
All Blue Jackets, all the time. This is the Inside Edge with Jody Shelley and Bob McElligott. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If you don't have a Blue Jacket season ticket plan yet, you should get one. I'll tell you why. You get to choose the matchups that you want. The plans start at just 11 games. There's a savings of up to 40% just for you. Plus, you can enjoy flexible payment options and bonus tickets for family and friends. Learn more by going to bluejackets.com/ticket plans. Talking with Blue Jackets captain Boone Jenner here on the Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank. You talked about being ready for this camp. At this time of year, you're just ready to go. But it seems to me like you have a bit of a hunger right now. And how much of that comes from what you guys did last year, how close you came without making the playoffs, and the fact that there were very few changes made to this roster, that this is, for the most part, the same group that's coming back with a chance to run it back and get it right this time?
Yeah, I think that's exactly it as far as, knowing how close we were last year and just missing out. It was a disappointing end of the season for us. We were expecting to get in and, give ourselves a chance in the playoffs, just get in and go from there. But obviously we fell short, and knowing all the work we put in and what we went through last year, to come up short was disappointing. So going into this offseason, I think everybody was hungry already. And like I said, guys look great coming back. You could tell they put their work in the offseason, and that's what we're at right now with, how excited we are, because we know what's in that room and what we can accomplish if, we play up to our standard. And obviously we have to crank it up a little bit to make sure we're in this year. So for us, it's excitement, but it's business, and that hunger's there from our whole group.
And you're healthy, which last year you missed a lot of time because of the freak injury that you suffered at the end of camp. Does that make you just want to go get it more? You just feel great right now? Yeah, absolutely. It's I wouldn't lie to you. That was obviously very frustrating. You come in to train all summer, you get ready to go, and something like that happens. It was tough, but at the same point, you can learn a lot. You take a step back, and I think heading into this offseason, I was thrilled to play the last 26 games with this group and feel great. But heading into the offseason healthy and making sure I can do everything possible for myself heading into this year in this camp. But
it's a hunger of, I want to get out there and have a great training camp and start the year with this, with the guys. So definitely excited for that. And, it was a frustrating one for sure, but, at the same time, you have to learn from it. You have to do what you can and control what you can control. And that's kind of where I've been going throughout the summer and preparing for this year.
When you came in last year, if we were having this conversation a year ago, there was a brand new general manager. There was a brand new head coach. As a guy that's the captain of the team, you got to deal with a lot of things off the ice just with that, because you're forming new relationships with the management and the coaches. How nice is it to come in this year with the knowledge of who they are, what they do, how they do it, and what they expect from you and all your teammates?
Yeah, it's huge. Not only for me, but throughout our locker room. But I think the connection that we've had last year of building together as a group with the coaching staff, with the GM, and just everything involved there. That's what's exciting. Even more so for this year. Of we know what we have. We believe in each other. From the top of the organization down, and Don's has that trust in us as players, and the coaching staff does as well with us, and we have it with them, and that's where now we can take the next step collectively as a group, and that's our focus, and that's where we want to head to, is continuing to get better as a group.
When you were injured last year, and Eric Branson was injured for a long time, just like you were, and Dean Evison was very very open and vocal about saying that he wanted to keep you guys around, and he wanted to keep you in meetings and around the team, because hockey's kind of strange sometimes. When you get injured, your schedule is not what the regular player's schedule is. Your treatments are going on maybe when they're on the ice. You're doing things when they're not around. You're not all together. It was very important to him to keep you guys together. And how much did that help, not just the team, but how much did that help you, too, in recovering from your injury, to know that you were still an important part of what was happening?
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge for, Goody and I, and Dino let us be a part of every meeting and practice days. We were, around the guys, actually practice and game days as much as we can. And we wanted to do that. We wanted to stay involved. And, it's kind of the learning process where, we want to be leaders on this team, but you're not out there in the battle with the guys. You're not on the road trips. You're not in the games, in the practices, the highs and lows of that, and the between periods and stuff like that. But that's why we made it, important to us to be around at the rink, or, when the team was home, as much as we could, and maybe give a different perspective of what we're seeing from up top or on a day-to-day basis. So I think you try to stay involved as much as you can, but at the same time, it was really hard. We wanted to be out there with them and join them, and we did as fast and quick as we could, but we had to take care of what we had to take care of injury-wise and health-wise, and but it was huge to still feel part of it, as much as we can, and them letting us, be in every meeting was huge.
When you're out, there's a void there, and other people have to fill the void. And I think there are two guys that really stand out to me from a leadership perspective, and one is Matthew Olivier, and the other one is Zach Werenski. But I want to talk to you specifically about Zach, because you and he have been teammates here for a long time. And, Zach is usually a quiet kind of guy. He lets his play do the talking. But it seemed to me that he embraced that leadership. He stepped up and he filled that void on game days, especially, as you were talking about. What did you see out of Zach? Not just his play, because that speaks for itself. He was phenomenal. But what kind of changes did you see in him growing as a person, really?
Yeah, big time. Obviously, his play did the talking as well. The year he had was incredible. And but off the ice, what he brought, like you said, I mean, he brought the leadership that we needed, day in, day out, but, practice, game days around the room, away from the rink. I think he stepped into a much bigger role that way, starting right at the start of training camp last year. And, what he was doing on the ice was special and leading by example as well. So for him and other guys like you mentioned, and Ollie and Sean Monahan coming in and the leadership he brought as a first-year Blue Jacket, those guys were incredible. And I thought a lot of guys stepped up, even younger guys, the strides they took, and not only on the ice in their play, but, more of that ownership off the ice as well. So very exciting for our group to have that. And you can't have enough of that in a locker room. And that's what's exciting about ours.
There were a lot of guys that had career years last year, and especially young guys. I'm talking about Kirill Marchenko, Adam Fantilli. It would be easy to look and say, well, are they going to have that kind of year again? Is it going to be tough for them to do it? I really don't feel that it's going to be. I think they're great players that are just scraping the surface on what they're going to do on a regular basis in the National Hockey League. You're the captain. You're their friend. You're around them all the time. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for me, it's knowing them on a personal level and seeing them every day and how much they care and how much work they put in. Not to my surprise of why they had so much success last year. As far as, Z and Ollie and Fance and all these guys that you mentioned, Marchie, and there's no surprise because they care so much. They want to get better. They're continuing to get better, and they put the work in. And, I think they're just going to continue to get better as their careers go along. So that's what's very exciting for us. And in that locker room, I think we push each other that way of guys hold themselves to a high standard, and, collectively that's going to make your group better.
Last year, you guys rallied behind Jet Greaves at the end, won the last 6 in a row, as a matter of fact, with him playing. He's going to be here with Elvis now. Those are two guys that they have both had success here. And how good do you feel about the combination that you're going to look back and see in front of that net?
Yeah, we feel great. Obviously very excited. Both tremendous goalies that we have back there. And, Jet's younger, but whenever he's come up here, he's played outstanding. And Elvis last year, he was really good. He won us a lot of games. So I think they've both taken strides to be better. They both look great right now before camp, and it's exciting for us to know that they're going to be our backbone. Whoever's in the net. So very excited about that.
7 preseason games on the schedule. How many do you need to get ready?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much Dino puts me in, but I don't know. I'm ready.
A lot of them, or do you like personally? What do you?
Yeah, I think.
Or does it matter?
Like 3 or 4 or whatever it is, but you want to get a couple games in for sure. Just to feel it, and as much as you try to simulate that game action, you don't get it as much as feeling the full game day and playing against a different opponent. So it's good for us to get a few in for sure.
Boone, thanks for taking some time for me. You look great, and it just really seems like you are really excited and you're in a really good place right now. And I'm very happy for you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to do starting here next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it. No, I definitely am, and definitely excited to get going here.
All right, that's Blue Jackets captain Boone Jenner. I'll be back with more of the Inside Edge presented by First Merchants Bank right after this on 97.1 The Fan.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
At Logan Services, we're more than heating and air. We're a family-owned business that puts people first. For decades, we've built our reputation on honesty, hard work, and treating your home like it's our own. From the first phone call to the final handshake, you'll work with a caring, local team that shows up on time and does the job right. Because comfort isn't about temperature, it's about integrity. Logan Services, family-owned, people-focused, and proud to serve its customers.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. At High Bank Distillery, they believe every pour should tell a story. The Whiskey War spirits tell the story of prohibition in every sip. Whiskey War was awarded the best blended whiskey in America 3 years running at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition, the largest and most respected spirits competition in the world. Enjoy their naturally recognized spirits distilled right here in Ohio. Stop by your local liquor store or order a bottle direct to your door at sealbacks.com. Drink the best. Forget the rest. Learn more at highbankdistillery.com.
This just in. Hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches. And our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Offer ends September 12th.
See Home Club for details.
Back to work, school, it's all happening. It's real life. Routine shouldn't be a bad word. How about winning rhythm? Losing weight every week with Awaken 180 and looking forward each day in every weigh-in. Fast results online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Hello, Big Voice Guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fans YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Berm's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HindererMotorCompany.com.
Hey Columbus, it's Lorenzo Styles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. Football runs deep in my family. My dad played here, and now my brother and I are proud to carry on that tradition. At Monogram Homes, family matters too. They treat every homeowner like one of their own, building with care, precision, and pride. Monogram doesn't just build houses, they build homes, crafted just for you. So whether you're starting your first home or designing your dream space, Monogram Homes has got your back every step of the way. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, USDA Choice Boneless Chuck Roasts or Value Pack Chuck Steaks are only $6.99 a pound with your digital coupon. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Coffee, iced cap, refreshers. Tim Hortons has all your favorite beverages. And now you can get your favorite bite for less. When you buy any size beverage, add a baked daily donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. So next time you order your favorite Tim's beverage, add something that satisfies your cravings and your wallet. The $1, $2, $3 menu. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra exclusions and terms apply.
Can't get enough Blue Jackets conversation? Good news. It's Hockey O'Clock. It's the Inside Edge with Jody Shelley and Bob McGilligan. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Welcome back to the Inside Edge presented by First Merchants Bank. Great conversation with Boone Jenner, the Blue Jackets captain, and I know he's ready for training camp. You could hear it in his voice and hear it by the things that he said. Right now I'm joined by another guy that is ready for training camp. The TV play-by-play voice of the Blue Jackets, Steve Mears, is with me right now, and you are ready for summer to be over, right, Steve?
I've had about enough, Bob. I've had about enough. I think it was a few days after Game 82 last year, I was ready to drop the puck again. But here we are, just getting closer and closer to the opener. I think it's 29 days away. We're going to be in Nashville to kick off the season. I don't know if you could have a better destination than the Music City. What a place to start it all off. Opening road trip against Nashville and then Minnesota. And away we go. I think last time I was on with you, we were talking about it's a tough schedule. That opening month for the Jackets, some really difficult opponents. I think that first road trip is going to be much tougher than you might think. Nashville's going to have a lot to prove this season. It's always tough going to that building. Minnesota was a playoff team last year. And then you look at the rest of the calendar in October. Devils, Colorado, Tampa, Dallas, Toronto. And as we painfully learned last year, every point is so precious, even in that first month. So the Blue Jackets, they got to be ready to go out of the gate, and it's going to be difficult challenges starting in game number 1.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And before you even get to that game against Nashville, as I said, the camp is getting ready to open next week. What are you looking forward to seeing the most in camp? Is there a particular player? Is there a particular situation? Is there something that for the last couple of weeks or months you've been saying, I want to see how this works out?
I want to see what Zach Werenski has up his sleeve as an encore to last year, what he did, which was so remarkable, and to be runner-up for the Norris Trophy and to set franchise records and everything that he did is one of the best players in the entire league, not just defensemen. So for me, I always go to Zach, and I can't wait to see what he has in store for this season after such a remarkable year last year. And what a summer for Zach. I mean, first he's in Egypt. I saw that post. Then he's getting married. By the way, he won gold at the World Championship with Team USA and was a key factor there. They win their first World Championship in over 90 years. So what a summer. And he's been doing the exact same training in Michigan and training with the likes of the Hughes brothers. And, he's been skating with Adam Fantilli and a lot of other great NHL players. So I'm really excited to see what Zach has for this upcoming season. He's in the prime of his career. He's one of the best players in hockey. I was just looking back at his season last year, Bob, and how about the fact that he had almost 300 shots on goal? 300. There's only 2 defensemen in the Cap era that hit 300. He was just shy. I think he had 298. But that's among all players. He was like top 3 in the league in shots on goal among all players as a defenseman. And he put up the numbers that he did, and we raved about his ice time all season long. So I can't wait to talk with him, hear about his summer, and then to see just that work ethic again and that focus, the determination that he always brings. He's going to bring it as a leader in day one of training camp.
It's funny you bring that up about shots, because when Zach first got into the league, he had this really good ability to get his shot to the net. I mean, it seemed like every time he took the shot, it got there through traffic, through sticks, through bodies. Didn't matter. It just found its way to the net all the time. Then there were a couple of years, and I'm sure that injuries probably had a little bit to do with this along the way. There were a couple of years where all of a sudden he wasn't getting it to the net the way that he used to. Guys were finding it. Guys were blocking it. Goalies were able to see it better, whatever the case was. But, yeah, you're right. Last year especially, he was right back to that, where almost every shot that he took from the blue line, it didn't matter what was between him and the net. It found its way there.
Yeah, it's a great point, and it is such an underappreciated skill in today's game to be able to sift shots through. They call it a sifter. You get those shots, not a big wind-up, doesn't have to be the big bomb like an Evan Bouchard, or even though that's a nice weapon to have. You just have to get pucks through from the blue line and find its way for a nice deflectable shot. And he's perfected that craft, that art form of just whether it's the little wrister and finding some daylight, getting it through, and that's how he scores a bunch of goals. He also, the skating ability was just so incredible last year. How many breakaways did he score on, or 2-on-1s that he finished? It was just such a spectacular season, and then runner-up for the Norris Trophy. So I'm looking forward to watching Zach. Among other players, I mean, I was looking at Kirill Marchenko, only 25 years old. I think he was the breakout player in the entire league last season as he scores 31 goals. And now what does he have as far as building off of that career year that he had last season? And who's he going to play with? I assume he's going to be reunited with Sean Monahan, but maybe they'll reunite Voronkov, Monahan, and Marchenko, who in the middle portion of the season, they were outstanding just before Monahan's injury. And then at the end of the year, remember, it was Boone Jenner who was playing on that left wing side. So I was kind of going back, looking at some of the line combinations, starting to think about what Dean Evason might want to do as far as pairs and then trios with forward lines. And we can get into some of these other players and where they slot in, especially some of the newer guys. But those are the prominent names for me. And just to be able to watch these players starting next week in training camp and to see the commitment, talk with them about their highlights of their summer, but also what they've done to try to improve, because these guys are so dedicated to improvement on a daily basis.
Well, one guy you didn't mention on that line who did have some time there early on is Yegor Chinakhov. And, I mean, he's still on the team. I know, a couple of weeks ago, going on months, he requested a trade. I'll tell you what, Steve, I saw him the other day at the golf outing, and he was smiling. He was happy, seemed to be in good spirits. He's here early, as a matter of fact. That's a good sign. I mean, nothing looks like it's contentious in his relationship with his team. And I still stand by the fact that the Blue Jackets didn't get a top 6 winger in trade through the summer like Don Waddell wanted to, but they have one right there. If he plays his game, if he does what he needs to do, it's there for him to grab and take, isn't it?
It sure is. And if he stays healthy, and that just wasn't in the cards for him last year. A pretty good start to the season, too, in the first few weeks. And then the nagging, it was reported it was a back injury, and those can derail your entire season. It doesn't take much. It doesn't even take much to aggravate it. Trust me, as a longtime beer leaguer with lots of lower back issues, among other ailments, when I'm trying to get out there and I complete the game, and of course everything hurts at this stage in life. But it's it's a tough nagging injury. And I don't think it's no fault of him or anybody. It was just he dealt with that, and then he came back, and he obviously wasn't 100%. He had missed so much time due to that injury. And, the team started to get on a roll then toward the season. He just couldn't quite find that groove and get back into the lineup on a regular basis. So I don't think it's irreparable by any means. And hopefully he can come back and bring that skill. There are very few players on the team, maybe in the entire league, who can shoot a puck like Yegor Chinakhov. That skill set, you need to have a sniper on the wing, and he can certainly bring that. So I'm looking forward to seeing him, just first of all, making sure he's 100% healthy. And I know he's been putting the training in, but it's really cool to hear that he came to town early, and it sure seems like he's determined to make an impact this year.
If you wouldn't be such a dirty player, guys wouldn't cross-check you in the lower back, and it wouldn't.
Trust me, it's just old bones and torn muscles and tendonitis. It has nothing to do with my demeanor stirring the pot too much. But yeah, it's everything hurts now. Everything. It's such a demanding sport. I don't care what level you're playing, because you think about it. It's like you have to skate hard. You have to think. You have to make quick decisions, and it's a chaotic game. I was just talking to somebody about this. Like, think you're lunging, you're reaching, you're twisting, and you're reacting at a very quick rate. Not so much in our beer league, but no matter what type of hockey you're playing, like, it's a chaotic game no matter what, and you have to read and react so much. It's not like I go out there and run or swim or ride the bike and it's continuous similar motion. So I just have so much respect for all these players and what they put their bodies through to play at the highest level. And the game, we know the game at the NHL level has never been faster. So you have to be dialed in, and you have to be at your peak performance physically in order to compete. And this is a Blue Jackets team that has high expectations coming into this year.
When I had you on last time, the Blue Jackets had just signed Hudson Fasching from the New York Islanders, where he played last year. And I was talking with Chris Clark, who runs the Cleveland Monsters, puts together that roster, and looking at the depth there, and whether it's Hudson Fasching or a couple of other guys, there are some depth guys in this organization. And Steve, quite frankly, they were very young in Cleveland last year. So you're going to need all the guys that are here, but you're going to need more guys than just that. I think Cleveland's going to be in a better position, number one, to actually be better for themselves. But when it comes to being able to get guys that have NHL experience to come up in injury situations, I think the Blue Jackets will be a little bit better off there this year.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about young players in the organization. We've got the Prospects Challenge that's coming up here this week. And I went up there to Buffalo last year, and I had so much fun just to be able to watch those players. And I was getting acclimated to the organization and trying to learn the young players that I wasn't as familiar with. So I went up there, and who were two of the standout players that entire week in Buffalo? It was Denton Mateychuk and Luca Del Bel Belluz. And sure enough, we saw both those players in the NHL in Columbus. Obviously, Denton Mateychuk, phenomenal rookie season. He came up and never looked back, and now top 4 position solidified for him on the blue line. Looking forward to seeing his sophomore season. But also Luca Del Bel Belluz. He's been a good scorer. Talk about being a sniper. And he is another guy, has a great shot. I know he studies Austin Matthews a lot. You see a lot of the game there, like the way that he releases the puck. He's trying to change the angles and shoot a puck like Austin Matthews. I know nobody really can like Austin, but Del Bel Belluz studies Austin quite a bit. And a lot of other players I'm looking forward to hearing about in Buffalo this week, with a player like Jack Williams out of Northeastern. We saw him practicing with the team a lot at the end of last year and did get into one game, but there's a college signee from last season. Another standout guy for me last year in Buffalo was Charlie Elick, the second-round pick physical, has a nasty streak, right shot defenseman, 6'4", 205. These are the attributes that you want in your organization. So I'm definitely curious to see what type of impact he's going to have. And if it's anything like last year, you want a guy like Charlie Ellick in that type of a prospects tournament, because they were as intense of games as I saw all season long. Like, there were fights because they're young guys and they're trying to make an impact. They want to stir it up. They know the scouts and the people in the organization, the general manager, the assistant GM are in the stands watching there in Buffalo. So the games were incredibly intense, and Charlie Ellick was one player who stood out for me.
Talking with Steve Mears, TV play-by-play voice of the Blue Jackets, here on tonight's edition of the Inside Edge. Coming up next, we're going to talk about some things all around the NHL, but I want to remind you, hockey is back, and it's presented by Ticketmaster. Get ready to join the fifth line for another incredible season of Blue Jackets hockey. Get your tickets by going to bluejackets.com/hockeyisback. And I will be back with more of the Inside Edge presented by First Merchants Bank right after this on 97.1 The Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
The meatloaf!
The Fan.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers, and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Nobody has more all-wheel drive or electrified hybrid choices than Toyota. Now through September 30th, get 4.75 APR financing on a new 25 RAV4 or 5.75 on RAV4 Hybrid. Excludes plug-ins. Or lease a gas-powered RAV4 LE for $299 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
The Fan 2 is on the air. Catch the Bob and Tom Show in the morning and Jim Rome in the afternoon. And Buckeye stuff and Reds 2 in the NFL. It's lots of stuff. You get the picture. It's the Fan 2 live on 1460 AM, the Fan app, and the Fan's HD2.
First Merchants Bank has your best interest at heart. And by best interest, we mean more than just our competitive rates.
We mean flexible account options for your every need.
And mortgage experts like me to help you buy your dream home.
Don't forget our attentive commercial bankers here to help your business thrive.
At First Merchants,
we know.
Your best interest is a bank that's interested in your success. Learn more at firstmerchants.com/switch. First Merchants Bank, helping you prosper. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You hear that crunch? It's not just any crunch. It's cheesy to the edge crust that only comes from a Jets Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed dough topped with premium mozzarella, the freshest ingredients, and ladled with Mama Jet's secret sauce. Then baked to perfection in steel pans born on Motor City lines. I bet you're real hungry now. Go ahead. Visit jetspizza.com for daily hot deals. Jets. Better because it has to be.
Create career momentum with us at Worthington Steel. Whether you're a recent grad or a seasoned veteran looking to level up, we'll empower your journey. Join a team that puts people first with career development programs, competitive pay, and excellent benefits, including lower health insurance premiums than comparable companies. Let's drive steel forward together. Apply today at worthingtonsteel.com/careers. That's worthingtonsteel.com/careers.
First Merchants Bank has your best interest at heart. And by best interest, we mean more than just our competitive rates.
We mean flexible account options for your every need.
And mortgage experts like me to help you buy your dream home.
Don't forget our attentive commercial bankers here to help your business thrive.
At First Merchants,
we know.
Your best interest is a bank that's interested in your success. Learn more at firstmerchants.com/switch. First Merchants Bank, helping you prosper. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All Blue Jackets, all the time. This is the Inside Edge with Jody Shelley and Bob McElligott. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Talking with Steve Mears, television play-by-play voice of the Blue Jackets. Steve, when we look around the National Hockey League, I mean, everybody's done a little bit of something, but are there any situations with certain teams that kind of jump out at you that you're saying to yourself, you know, that's something I want to watch right from day one here?
Well, I guess there's only one answer right now, and it's the fact that Connor McDavid hasn't signed an extension. I don't know if it's just the lack of news, but I think most people thought that would get done because they didn't want any type of distraction going into a season where it's Stanley Cup or bust for the Edmonton Oilers. And now the fact that there still is no extension signed, that's raised a lot of eyebrows, and that sure seems to be the number one topic around the league. And some comments that Connor had made, and he's left it wide open. He said he could do longer term. He said he could do short term. He said he could do no term. So I'm curious to see where that all goes. And that's a team with such high expectations. Just to tie it in with the Blue Jackets, the Jackets are going to play the Edmonton Oilers twice in a 4-day span in the middle of November. Those are going to be extremely tough, not just because of McDavid and the Oilers, but it's going to be coming back from Western Canada. They're going to play at Edmonton, back-to-back at Seattle, and then one day to get back to Columbus, and then host the Oilers the following day. So those are always tough, first home game after a road trip, but anytime you're playing a team that made it to back-to-back finals and you're taking on McDavid and Draisaitl, but I think that's definitely something, a storyline around the league, that until he puts the ink to the paper and signs that extension, everybody is going to be wondering, and you wonder if it's going to be any type of distraction, because we're talking about a Canadian market and we're talking about the best player in the game, and people are wondering, well, why hasn't he signed the extension? I think he eventually will. I think it's going to be a shorter term deal, not like one of these massive deals that we see. But you know that dollar figure is going to be very, very high for a guy that's done what he's done in this league.
I wonder if he regrets saying it could be no term. That's really the comment that really lit everything afire there.
Yeah, I think, is he alluding to doing something really, really short and that kind of going on like a year-by-year basis and seeing how this goes? There's so much speculation. I've read everything. I've read so much about what people are saying out of Toronto and what some of the other people who cover the Oilers have been saying. Is he unhappy with the moves or lack thereof in the offseason? I mean, they're going to be a really good team. They're going to be a cup contender once again. I don't think there's any doubt about that. He's got a really good chance to win there in Edmonton. I know he wants to finish the job and bring the cup back to Edmonton, but until that contract is signed, it's going to lead to a lot of speculation, and you know how it goes in a Canadian market. There's just, and anytime his name is involved, you've got a lot of things swirling around and so much speculation and everything. Or maybe, like I said, maybe it's just a slow news cycle and things are going to die down once training camp gets going, and there will be other things to talk about. But when it's Connor McDavid, I'm not so sure.
All right, let's go from one NHL superstar to another, because of, speaking of swirling things, this past week, Pierre LeBrun did an interview with Sidney Crosby, and there was, talk about the Montreal Canadiens. And there's always that talk, and there has been, especially since the Penguins started their rebuild, as to whether or not Sidney Crosby will remain with the Penguins, which he has always said that he doesn't want to go anywhere else. You spent a long time working with Sid in Pittsburgh. Is this just something that the media stirs up just to try to get clicks, or do you think there could be something to this somewhere down the line?
Well, I know if I was Sid, I would certainly entertain the thought. I mean, the Pittsburgh Penguins aren't going anywhere. They're expected to have a total rebuild season, and he is still very much an impact player, one of the 5 best centers still in the game, in my opinion. So I certainly would leave all possibilities open. But I've been asked about that before, and I've always said it would be entirely up to him. The team is not going to ship him off somewhere. They can't anyway. With the no move clause, it would have to come down to him saying, you know what, I want to still win. I want to do something like maybe his buddy Brad Marchand did and go somewhere else and win another Stanley Cup. I don't really have the stomach for a total rebuild, so I'm going to move on. And actually, I'm going to help the Penguins franchise because there are going to be a ton of assets that come their way in a potential trade. So that would have to be his decision entirely. My opinion about like if he were to go anywhere, people, you mentioned Montreal, people write about Montreal all the time because he grew up a Montreal Canadiens fan. I do not see him ever playing in Canada. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen him try to walk the streets in Canada, and especially in a big city, it's impossible. He would have a change of lifestyle. Like it just like you think an average player who plays for either the Maple Leafs or the Canadiens gets a lot of attention. Imagine him in one of those cities. I just don't see that happening just because he is one of the most famous people in that country. And then, of course, everyone talks about McKinnon and Colorado. And I always wonder about Minnesota. He went to Shattuck. He knows Billy Guerin really well. And that's just me spitballing. But I think a lot of people in hockey would love to see him get another shot, just like we saw with Marchand. And you've seen it with other players. Why not? Why not go and try to win when you still have this much left in the tank? And I know his agent, Pat Brisson, has made the comparison to Tom Brady. There's another non-hockey example of a guy who had the prime of his career, the duration of his greatness, went way beyond what most people thought it would be. And he ends up winning with another franchise. So I say, Sid, why not go somewhere and try to win another Stanley Cup?
All right, that's Blue Jackets television play-by-play announcer Steve Mears joining me tonight. Thanks to him and thanks to Boone Jenner for being with me on the Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank here on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Visit the Good Feet Store today. Walk-ins are always welcome. Visit the Good Feet Store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
The football season now stretches from August to late January, and we can't afford not to be at our very best all season. Hey guys, it's Eric Reeser, and if you're like me, looking at the calendar wondering how you're going to stay at 100% for the next 5 months, do what I did, go see my friends at Hydrate Me Med Spa. I went to their Grandview location, got hooked up with a fast vitamin push that's got me feeling better than I have in years, and the NAD Plus has me thinking better too. From IV to aesthetic treatments, look great, feel great at Hydrate Me Med Spa. 4 locations, Grandview, Granville, New Albany, and Dublin. Book your appointment at hydratememedspa.com.
At Kroger Pharmacy, we make it easy to get flu, COVID, and RSV vaccines. They're available at no cost to you with most insurance plans. No appointment needed. And we're open weekdays, weeknights, and weekends. So come and visit us when it's most convenient for you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Vaccines subject to availability. No cost to you with most insurance plans. Check with your plan for eligibility. Restrictions and exclusions may apply. See site for details.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355